All right, boys, let's talk about the Indiana Pacers. 2 nights ago, we played the Minnesota Timberwolves. And honestly, I think we did a great job. If it wasn't for that first quarter where we absolutely failed in the first quarter, which that's the quarter that Anthony Edwards played the least. So what does that tell you about the Minnesota Timberwolves? Is Anthony Edwards a weakness on defense? I think so, but I'm just reporting what I see, not the actual facts. What I seen in that first quarter, honestly though, was a Pacers team that hadn't got punched in the mouth yet. Because as an Indiana Pacer fan that watches every single game, I've noticed with our boys, it has to be either a nationally televised game or it has to be against a team that's better than us that the talking heads talk about. Which shows that next year we will be a very, very good team if what I'm seeing is true. Maybe what I'm seeing is just a fluke and we just had a very lucky run, which I don't think it is the case at all. I do not think we're having a lucky run right now, beating the Knicks, beating the Celtics twice, beating the 76ers twice, beating the Knicks twice. Who else have we beaten twice? That's good. The Milwaukee Bucks 4 out of 5 times. I mean, guys, the Pacers are a legit contender. Get us in the playoffs and we're going to be scary. Because in the playoffs, the first quarter, we're not going to come out like, oh, it's just another game. We got these guys. You know, they're going to come out like, oh, this is it. Let's get it, boys. And we're going to be hitting every shot. Aaron Nesmith will be back in the flow of things. We'll have Benedict back. But I'm projecting. Let me get back to the game 2 nights ago. So against the Timberwolves, Tyrese Halliburton, he looked like him. His three-point shooting has not been good as lately. It has not. It just hasn't. If he hits one more of his threes, we win that game. You know, even if he hits one more of those threes, maybe it's not as close of a game, this and that, whatever. But if you're just looking at the score, if he hits one or more of those threes, we have the game. But against the number one defense in the NBA, Tyrese Halliburton, to have the game that he had, really makes me happy. Really makes me excited about this Pacers team. It makes me think that Tyrese Halliburton is getting back in the flow of things. That Tyrese Halliburton is realizing now that he has to play better or he's not going to make All-NBA and get that big contract that he's going to get if he makes All-NBA. Which, as a Pacers fan, makes me happy that he is now realizing he's got to wake up and start playing like he was playing at the beginning of the season. You know, Aaron Nesmith, you know, he hasn't been shooting the ball that good lately. But in the final stretch, to hit 3 out of 3 on free throws, to get fouled on a 3 and hit 3 out of 3 on the free throws that we were needed, is phenomenal. I like Aaron Nesmith. I love him. I love the energy he brings to this team. I love the meanness he brings to this team. I love Aaron Nesmith. He's a big piece, and the contract we got him on is a great contract, and it's great for him because it's just what he is. It's what that kind of a level of player is due to be paid. It's not a huge, gaudy contract, but it's big enough to where it's reasonable for me as a Pacers fan to be like, okay, that's a good deal for him. You know, and with Pascal Siakam last night, man, does it ever seem like Pascal Siakam has a bad game? I mean, honestly, I don't think he ever has had a bad game. Maybe one. He's had one bad game. But besides that, even against the Pelicans when we was getting blown out, he was the only boy that had it going. I mean, that boy was rocking, fade away with people in his face, and it's so unorthodox. It just doesn't look sexy. You know what I mean? It looks ugly. Like his shot is like, buck face. You know what I mean? He just doesn't look that good. But his stats show every single week we play. Every time we play, his stats look good. I love Pascal Siakam. I hope he signs with us. I really, truly do. But with that Timberwolves games, Pacer fans, I just got to let you know. Don't give up on our boys. Don't dog our boys. Rick Carlisle didn't call a timeout because that's the way we play, baby. We play fast pace. And why would we set up our defense against the number one defense? Let's get them off balance. You know, Anthony Edwards just made a heck of a play. It was a foul, maybe it wasn't a foul. You know what I mean? Then it wasn't Edwards that fouled him in the first place, if he got fouled. I'm not saying he did or not saying he didn't. But what I am saying is the Timberwolves had a good whistle that night. But I'm not blaming the refs for that loss. You should never let the refs decide if you win or lose a game. You lost the game before the refs decided it for you, is what I'm saying. So Pacer fans, Pacer Nation, get loud. Get proud to be a Pacers fan, please. Comment, like this video. I'm making Pacers content because there's not enough Pacers content out there. We got to show the Pacers some love, boys. Let's go, Pacers, baby!